All right, guys. Hi, and welcome to this live streaming. On this live streaming, we're going to keep working on the platform measuring on the Roguelike game that we have been working on. And I am doing this because I have this idea of, I just have this idea that I should be, instead of making the videos behind the scenes, I should start like live streaming as I'm making the game for the first time, then editing the video, and then just share it with you guys how I'm making this process. Because I believe it's more relevant for the channel than me just sitting behind the scene for like month without showing anything, and then all of a sudden start publishing videos. So yeah, so let's get into it, and let me show you guys what I have so far here. So I'm going to share my screen here, and I hope you guys can see it. See, share screen. All right, so this should be working now. And I have a comment saying Pollito Blender says hello. Hey, hello Pollito. How's it going? Hope you're doing just fine. And guys, let me know if you guys can hear me well. I hope you guys can. And all right, so since the last streaming, I have made a few changes and I have made a few decisions on how we should be doing the, showing the grid. So I'm just gonna go ahead and play the game or the projects, and this is what we have so far. So I have the outer walls here being shown and some inner walls being placed randomly, as well as the ground. So on this streaming, what I am going to be focusing on doing is to have the exit at this position and the player. So we want to make sure that the inner walls have been placed randomly, but they are not taking this space, neither this space, because that's where we're going to be placing the player and the exit. All right, so let's go ahead and open our graph that we have for the game. So here we have this this online tool, and I'm gonna open up the file that we have been using so far. So I have it on here. Let's see again, dev project scavengers, and this one. So okay, so this is how it looks like so far, which I think we have done, quite a decent amount of work. So we have so far, as I said, the ground, the outer walls, some inner walls being placed, and I have changed this graph. So we have a legend here that shows what's going on, and yeah, I think it's looking good. I also sharing this on the project files so you guys can see it. All right. So let me go back again, and yeah, let's just go ahead and remove the player and also this position, the player's position and this position. So it's gonna be the bottom left and the top right. And Pollito Blender said, I love the Flappy Bird tutorials. Thank you for Pollito. That's one of the first tutorials I ever did on the channel, and yeah, I've seen the videos recently and it has been a long time. Like, a lot of things have changed, and I'm glad that people like them. So you guys might not know, but I work as a front-end developer. I don't do game dev for a living, but I do like game development. I think it's fun and it's a good way of learning programming, and actually having Godot in some of the projects in my YouTube channel on my curriculum got me into an internship. It was a paid internship in Portugal, which is where I live, and yeah, it was as a front-end developer using Angular. It has nothing to do with game development, but they like it. They saw that I like learning, so they just hired me because of that. So that's awesome. And I'm planning on the future to make Angular and front-end development tutorials in the future. So I have been using Angular, and recently on a new project for the company I work for, I have been using React, and it has been a lot of fun. A lot of fun. All right, so here you guys are gonna see that the bars position are defined by a dictionary. So each key of the dictionary is a vector 2 of a position, and the value of those keys are gonna be just a string saying that they have an outer wall or an inner wall. So for instance, we have the bar positions dictionary, and here we have a function which is the generates outer walls. You're gonna see that it loops through all of these positions, right, on the grid. And as it looping through it, then he's instantiated a random outer wall. And on the dictionary of the word position, it just put in the outer wall string. So this is how I am doing it right now. And it is the same thing for the inner walls. So the inner walls are these pieces that have been placed randomly throughout the project. And it just put a inner wall text on the dictionary, on the bar position dictionary. So what we want to do here, we want to say that this position specifically, so it's gonna be for the player, and this one is always gonna be for the exit. So how can we do this? So we'll say this is the position 0. So we're gonna go to the position that the vector 2 for the key that is this one. So it will be 32 on Y, and then 0. So let's see, I'm gonna open up here let's open, no, I don't know what this. Let's open up, want to open up here a calculator. It's called Numi. This is a calculator for Mac OS that I use a lot, which is really nice to use. So this position specifically on X is gonna be 32, because we'll say that X is going to be equals to 32 multiply maybe 1 multiplied by 32. And Y, the Y position, no, actually this is the Y position is 1 multiplied by 32, because here is 0, then we have 1. So that's the Y position. And for the X, it's gonna be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 by 32 is 256. So that's the position of X. Right, let's see if I can actually make this so it's always on the top. Yeah, to always have the calculator here on the top. So here for the exit, I'm gonna say that we're gonna add a text and say that the position is gonna be 256 on X and 32 on Y. I think that's good. Yeah. And then this one, let's see, this one, the player. Okay. So this is all the player, right? This is for the exit. This is the exit X and exit Y. So now for the player position, I'm going to go ahead and copy these values. Say player X and player y. Then it'll be 0 and then 1. So it's gonna be, so I think it is inverted, right? Because we have 0 1 on x, so 1 32, and then it's gonna be 8 32. So we have 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So 8 by 32. So the player is going to be at 32 by 256. I think that's pretty good. Let's actually try to keep this consistent. And I'm gonna copy it and paste it here. Say that this is the player. This one. It's gonna be the exit to the next level. This positioning thing will have it right down here. Can I change the size of the fonts? Yes, we can. So yeah, this one small. So it should look something like that. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. I think I'm going to lower down the music a little bit. Might be a little bit loud. Is it good enough? I think it's good. All right. Okay. Cool. Okay, so let's have a function that will take care of placing the player. So we'll say the function name enable positions. So we'll have here a function that is going to be called, let's see, place player position. Not just place player. I think that's good. The function is going to return anything, so it will return void. It's in my MacBook, so I'm not sure how to. I want that symbol here. Going to return void. And here, you would say false. Position is going to be equal to vector 2. And we have said that the player is going to be 32 on X and 256 on Y. So 32 on X, 256 Y. So now we're gonna get that position. So we'll say board, the score positions, we get the key with us value, which is 32 256. We'll say that's equal to player. That should work. Let's go ahead and see if it's going to work. So I'm gonna put that function here. Let's say place layer. Save. Let's run the project. First, I'm going to here just to see the values print. Who are positions printed, we should have the board the player somewhere. So yeah, we have at 32 to 156 the player, and because we are placing the player first when we are generating the inner walls. If you see here, generate inner walls. We actually need to make sure that when we are generating an inner wall, it's not like repeating. That is something really important. Okay. So how can we do that? Position, pick a random, and that's good. But we want to make sure that it's not being occupied. So to make sure that make so that we can scroll past the end. So text editor, behavior, scroll past end of file. So check this. Okay, I can have in the middle of the screen. So here we are getting a random position from the dictionary, but we want to make sure that the random position is not being occupied. So when I say here, I can say bar is occupied. No, wait. Actually, we are not getting from bar positions keys. We're getting these bar positions empty. And I remember that here, these are variables that they don't hold a value, but every time you get them, they're gonna go through the positions and get the ones that are empty or occupied. So in this case, when we are getting bar position empty, he's going to loop through all of the bar positions, so through all of the items on the dictionary. And when he's doing that, he's checking if that key has a value. And if it has a value, just continue. But if it doesn't have a value, then he adds it to the empty position that is going to return later. So yeah, it should work. We don't need to do anything fancy here. So yeah, we can be certain that there's never going to be an inner wall being generated here at the bottom left, which is exactly what we want, because here is the player. Now we just need to do that for the exit position. So let's go ahead and close this one and say here, create a function name place exit. Let's open a close parenthesis. Let's make an arrow here. It's going to be return void. Here we'll have a variable name var pos equals to a vector 2, and the position is going to be at 256 and 32 on Y. So 256 and 32 on Y. Then we'll say board positions pos equals to the exit. So let's see. Save it. And actually, we are not calling this function. So here, ready. After placing the player, we'll place the exit. And save. Let's see. We should have the exit somewhere. Exit, right? Exit. Let's see. Play. Where's the exit? See if I can find the exit. Let's see, it should be the 256. 256, 32. Here. Okay, 250, 32. The exit. All right, perfect. So let's now create the exit node or the exit scene. I'm just checking how I did it before. I had the previous files of when I did it for the first time a few years ago. And I don't think I have the scene for it actually. This is another project. This is another way. Let's see. Let me just see if I can find the project. It's called Scavengers. Scavengers. All right. So in nodes, an exit. Yes, I do. Does it have a script? Does it look like it? But if I open the scene, I want to open it with Godot, but I'll open it with VS Code. Right, so here it is the scene as how we do it before. Git repository will find the parent folder of the workspace. Okay, I don't want to look into that now. So this has a. So what kind of node does it have? It has a rectangle shape, an area node. Let's see the nodes that it has. Has a area 2D, a sprite, a collision shape, and area 2D. Sprite, collision shape, area 2D. It's funny because we have exit sensor and exit. Why did I do that? All right, so let's go ahead and create a new scene. So gonna be area 2D. Area 2D. So a region of 2D space that it takes for the collision objects 2D. Entry on exit, which is perfect because the exit is literally that an area, right? So that's good. Right. So here we are going to call this exit. And I think it's saying that it needs to have a collision shape. So let's add it. Collision shape 2D. Do we want to have that? Because I believe that maybe it should just be. Maybe we should just make a sprite 2D. And then have the edit 2D within it because of how we are going to be detecting collision. So let's see how I did it for the walls. So for the walls, scripts, scenes, nodes, other walls. I have an area 2D. Yeah, area 2D. Which looks like this. So okay, let's just leave it like that. Let's call this shape. And this is going to be a new rectangle shape 2D. And we want it to be the pivot point to be at the top left. So let's set this to 16, 8. Oh. Okay. The size is gonna be 32 by 32. And yeah, that looks good. Let's add a sprite 2D. This node. Let's rename it sprite. And I'm going to look for the texture of the exit. So let's go to the sprites folder and just drag this exit PNG file. So it has an offset score of 16. Want the shape to be like that. And then we should have the exit working. So we're gonna save it in the Nox folder as exit.tscn. Okay. If I run this specific scene, it should just work fine. Yeah, it does. It's okay, so save, go to the game scene, and in here I'm going to remove the sprint so we don't have all of that text every time we run the project. So now we want to place the exit. That's the next thing we want to do. Which I believe that before okay, let me open a new workspace. I'll see in the previous project how it was before. So here, let's go to the boards generator. So we'll exit. Let's go to the scripts. Here we have a board. Let's open this one up. And here we are loading, I believe, the exits. Scene exit. Okay. Yeah, let's do exactly that. So here on the board, we are exploring the scene floors, the scene outer walls, the scene inner walls. So now we're going to create a new export, which is going to be called scene exit. and it's going to be of type. Why does it only this space here? So it's going to be type package scene. Package scene. I need to give it a full value, like no. So here, the scene exit is going to come from within the notes folder, and the exit, I'm gonna assign it to it. There we go. Let's go to the place exit. And here we are going to be using the utils function that we created before, which is the instance on parent, where we pass the parents node, the scene we want to instantiate, and the position that we wanted to place it in. Go back. Here we are going to say utils that instance on parent, and the parent is going to be self, this self node. So the var node is going to contain everything, even the exit, and we will instantiate the scene exit, and the position, or it's gonna be this position that we set, and that should work. Let's see. And we don't have an exit. And what is it that we don't have an exit? Let's click here in remote so we can see how the tree looks like in the game. And the board, it does has an exit. So what is it that is not showing? I believe it's because of the C index position. It's been drawn first. So C index segmented to 1. That should do the trick. Yeah, there we go. So I'm gonna set the C index to 1 of this one, because we do want it to be instantiated first. At least we want the position to be occupied on the board position dictionary. So when the inner words are being generated, the empty is not counting that one. So let's go to the exit scene, and there to the, do we have that option here? Let's see visibility, ordering, C index 1, and that should do it. Should it? Can we have negative numbers? Yes. Let's say 1. Or actually, what we can do is to set the C index of the floors to -1. That'll make more sense. Let's see. So let's go to floor. Do have floor parents? Yes, that's good. So here on the ordering of the floor parents, I'll set it to -1 and save it. So because all these other things are inherent to that one, it should inherit that value, right? And it does. Okay, perfect. So I'm just zooming here. So if we run the scene, yes, we have it there. And we have this set back to 0. Okay. If I set the floor parents to a C index of 0, we run the scene, we don't see the exits. And if we run again, but this time setting this index to -1, we have the exits right here. Okay, this is going good. Okay, I have a comment here that says, I just realized that you made the Roguelike Godot video all those days back. Low. Yes, actually, I made that video, that project, way back when we have Godot 2, like Godot 2.5 or 2.4. And I just planning on making a video tutorial series with that one. So what I'm doing right now is remaking the game in Godot 4 to then make a video tutorial series. So that's what I'm doing all this planning, like I know that I'm going to be using this graph for the tutorial series for sure. And just remaking it on, so it works on 2.4. I just remaking it from 0, like, and taking reference from how I did it back in the days. But yeah, that's what I'm doing. But I thought just to live streaming as I doing it for the first time, just to have fun and to have content on the channel and just to force myself to do it. So I have repeated this, but I work as a front end and I do these game development things just for fun, which I think is really interesting to do, and it's amazing. So yeah. Okay. So now we want to do for the player. So we want a player scene. We are not going to be creating the player scene completely, but we can have at least the sprites, right? We know that the player is going to be a scene for sure by itself. So let's go ahead and create a new scene. And this is going to be, let's just say, a node to the input sprite to it. This is in the meantime because we know that it's going to be an area 2D, right? Let's see how I did it before. See what the player is. Is area 2D. Actually, they just make area 2D since we already know what it's going to be. So area 2D. Let's name this player. This is the sprite. I believe it's going to have a animated sprite actually. Animated sprite, yeah. And an animation player. An animated player. An animation. See. For animation. What is the difference between animated sprites? Let's see what I did. Okay, so we can actually change this to be an animated sprite, right? Sprite frames, new sprite frames. Click here so we can edit it, and we can set the idle animation right now. What are the animation that we have defined? We have the hits. Actually, let's look into the sprites that we have from the player. We have the player shop, hits, and idle. Okay, so let's call this animation idle, and I'm gonna select the idle 0, 2 through 5 and drag it here. That should work, and it does. That's great. And of course we want to be the pivot point of the position top left, so let's set an offset center. Nope. And that does it. I'm going to save this scene as player.tscn and on the notes folder. And yeah, actually, yeah, that's all we need. We have an animation. It's gonna play the file. So the speed, that's important. What's gonna be the speed? Let's see how I did it before. So I don't need to be guessing numbers. Notes, player. Okay, sprite frames. We have animation resource. Can I see the speed? No. I'm just gonna like try out many times. Is there a way for me to make a window open in Mac to be always on top? Let's see. Zoom. There should be a way to do that, right? Or maybe I can go to the project. Let's say always on top. I want to set always on top just temporarily, so we can click around in the editor while just still being seeing the scene. So I'm going to enable that, but I need to remind myself to remove that. So play, and I'm going to now click on the sprite. Oh, we don't have the player yet on the scene, so let's just run this scene. There we have it. It's not moving. Wait, it should be moving, right? Let's see. I think it made all the same, even though. Up, drag, open. They all the same? Nah. No, I think it's Godot. It doesn't support that feature. So I'm going to remove all of this. See, add frame from file. Well, let me just do it one by one. So 1, 2. No, this is the hit. So here we'll have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that should do it. Let's run this scene. It's not moving because baby is not playing. Frames, speed scale. Why is not? We need to occlusion shape. Should be. Let's assign a rectangle, new rectangle shape. 32 by 32. And the position 16, 16. Let's name it shape. Right, so why is it that animation? Okay, I think autoplay on load. Yeah, there you go. That's easy. All right. Okay, let's run this scene. Yeah, I like it. So what is the speed? Can I see the speed? Okay, the speed is 5 frames per second. So since we have here 6 frames, frame duration. Oh, we can set how much time each frame is gonna take. It's pretty good, nice. Let's see. If this one, when it is at the bottom, it takes like twice. Oops. So let's run the scene, and when it goes down, you stay there for a little bit. Let's make it even faster to take more frame duration. So let's make it higher. It's gonna take, let's say, 10 times more. All right. Wait, but okay. Yeah, okay, that's cool. I just actually was just experimenting. I don't want it to do that actually. But it looks pretty good. Let's see. This is animation loop. Yes, we want that. Let's set the frames per second to 6. So the whole animation, the animation is gonna take 1 second. Not bad. But if we make it half a second, so maybe 12 frames per second. Yeah, that's fast. I think I'm just gonna leave it to 5 frames per second. That was pretty good. So, or 6, just 5. Just leave it as with the default one. And since we are already here, let's actually add the only animations. So we have the hit and the shop. So let's add a new animation. This one is going to be called hit. Another one called shop. The shop is for when the player is attacking. Or we can just call it attack. I think that's easy. And then we can rename this player shop to player attack. Yeah, let's do that. There. I think I have it like that because the Unity tutorial, they name it like that. I believe so. Because how I did these projects is that I was following the Unity tutorials while making it with the Godot engine. So the hit, I'll have this frame and this frame, these two textures, and then the attack is gonna have this one, and I wanna set the hit to be the one by default just to see how it looks like, and also to loop. Let's see. Here's good. But there is a disadvantage of using this is that we need to encode set it back. For instance, if the player once the player attacks, we need to set it so it goes to idle, the animation, which is not bad because we need to do the encode, you know. So the idle is gonna be the one before. The hit is not going to loop, and the attack is not going to loop either. Let's save it. All right, I think it's looking good. It's looking good. So we were doing all of this because we want to instantiate the player, right? So let's go to the game, and here on the board, how can I close this? Okay, what are the servers? Is a plugin? Huh? All right. So here on the board, let's add the player. So let's say export variable scm player. It's gonna be of type packet scene equals to null by default. Here we're gonna set the value. So let's go to the notes folder and I can drop the player here. Okay. So here on the board, when we are instantiating, placing the player, you'll use the same logic and we'll call the utils objects and call the function instance on parents. The parents are going to be self. The scene is going to be a scm player, and the position is going to be the post position that we define here. I think that we can rename this. We can make this a constant instead of a variable. And a constant here. Okay. Let's run it. All right, there we have it. It's looking pretty good. It looks pretty good. All right, cool. I believe that there was an issue for the bug in the collision shapes. Yes. These are the collision shapes, how they look like. I actually want to see how I made the collision shapes on the previous on the previous project, which I think I showed in the YouTube video when I was demoing. Let me go to my channel, and here it is. Let's go back to this video here. And I believe yeah, there is a demo here. So the player has a line, which I believe if it is a Rcast for, and the reason I did this is so that we can know what is in front of it. So for instance, like at that point there, let's see, like for instance here, like let's see if I can, okay, like there, like the line, the Raycast was at the top. So when you try to move, let's say you hit the up arrow, the Raycast is gonna be up, and you're gonna say, oh, there is something I cannot move, and it will just not move. That's how I did it before. So yeah, it's a Raycast. I believe they still have the Raycast in Godot 4, right? So let's go to the player scene, and here I'm going to add a Raycast, just like that. Raycast to the. So Raycast to the array into the space used to find the first collision object to the intercepts. Let's just create it. Let's call it Raycast. See the documentation. A Raycast represents a ray from its origin to its toggle position that finds the closest collision object to the along its path. If it intersects any. This is useful for a lot of things, such as okay. Raycast 2D can ignore some objects by adding them to an essential list, by making the instantiation reporting ignore area to the collision chain. Okay. All right, so we have this Raycast. We want it to be here in the middle. So enable, we're gonna enable, exclude parent. Yes, we wanted to exclude the parents, the position. Okay, this is the toggle position. Okay. Collide with area to this. Yes. Collide with areas. To collision with area 2D will be reported. Yes. This fish body. No, we are not gonna use fish body to this. So hits from inside. If true, the array will detect a hit when starting inside shapes. In this case, the collision normal will be does not affect concave. Okay. I don't think we'll have that case if for inside. Exclude parents. If true, the parent node will be excluded from collision detection. Yes, we want that. Okay, so the origin position is gonna be at 16, and we want it to be maybe 32. 16. 0. Okay, 0 and 32. Okay, so I can see that in the code we want to have like the like top, left, right, bottom. So we don't need to be setting this toggle position every time. But it should be easy because I believe that there is a vector to top thing. I believe. Let's see. So vector 2. There is a top. Yeah, there is a top up. So we just need to multiply this by 32. And we'll have our up, down, left, right. All right. This should work. It should. Okay, let's just run the scene. And Rcast is being drawn red. Oh, I think it's being drawn red because it's detecting collision. Let's see. It's in a feature. Yeah, every time it detects a collision, it goes red, which is good because on the video that I made, I don't think that was a feature. So that's pretty. Yeah. But if I disable this, I never exclude parent. Wait. It's not detecting the parent. Why? It's because it's collision. It's for inside. Exclude parent. Okay. So there we have it. It is the colliding. We just need to make the player move. Do we want to make the player move now, or do we want to instantiate the other things, the food? Instantiate, let's see, the food and the enemies. So we have the outer walls, inner walls, the floor, player, and exit. We need to instantiate the food and the enemies. So let's do that. Let's instantiate the food and the enemies. It shouldn't be hard. It should just be pretty much the same thing that we have been doing so far. Hopefully. Yeah, let's instantiate the food. So for the food, I guess we want to create, how many food do we have? I think there are 2. So we have food salt and food tomato. How do we do it before we have food? We have a food parent. The food parent was what? See the food script. You have an amount of points that is value. And every time the player collides, is the entity that is colliding with the player. Okay. All right, so yeah, let's create a food. So, oh, this is nice. VS Code has icons for Godot, for GD scripts, and for scenes. Which is nice. Let's see. So here, what are the nodes that we have here? No. So we have area 2D, sprite, collision shape, animation player. All right. So let's create a new scene. And we'll have a area 2D node. So let's call this food parent. We'll have a shape for the collision. So name it shape. It's gonna be new rectangle. The position is gonna be 16. 8 by 8. Oh, I believe the size. Okay. So it's gonna be 32 by 32. The position is gonna be 16 by 16. So it is at the top left, the pivot point. I mean, not the pivot point because it is always on the center, but to us, it is like that. If I rotate this one. So let's add a sprite 2D. This sprite. Actually, something that I used to do before, like for my videos, I usually enable like virtual sounds. So I believe that disable. Let's enable mute. So if I click, I believe they might be a little bit loud. Let's set it to the loud still. We'll have the sprite, and the next thing should be the animation player because we have a few animations. Let's see what animation we have here. Sub resource animation. We have all the animation that we have. We have a name, value. Okay, collect. Okay, let's add an animation player. A node use for animation player. We can name it anim player actually. Name anim player. Okay. Anim player. And we want to have a we want to fade the sprite. Yeah, we're scaling the sprite. I believe we'll make it bigger, setting the opacity to 0. Then we are calling a method. We are dedicating it free. So let's see. Let's add the animation. It's been a while. Animation. It's got it fade out. Okay. Create a folder in the notes folder. Active, set on save. Right, so let's do it. Let's set a temporal sprite, which is the white rectangle. So I'm gonna get the white rectangle and just drop it here. Set the offset to 16. Save. Just put it like that, so it's at the top. Sprite shape, animation player. So how the fade out? Let's add a track. So we'll grab the scale, log scale. Okay, cool. So if I lock it and I shade one, the other one is gonna change. Create new track for property scale and insert key. Hold shift when clicking the key icon to skip this dialog. Create a reset track. Use special code. Yes. So here in 1 second, I want it to be bigger, like 1.5. Set. So I see that when we're animating it's in the scale, you guys see that I wanted to be still in the middle. So I'm gonna track the offset. So that. Here, the offset. So we'll have to five. Godot. Why is it that I'm not able to? Why am I not able to play an animation? Please, I can check it. It's still not much. I just don't like that. It doesn't look so smooth. I don't know. Does it look like smooth? Because I think like it's going like down a little bit. Let's set the opacity. Let's go. Double. Oh, they are a reset videos. Reset on save. Save. I just leave it like that for now, I guess. So let's inherit this thing. I call this food soda. So Sprite. Food soda. Let's create a new thing. Inherit from parents and food. So save it. Play animation. Yeah, that looks so good. Oh, let's look at the parents. Sprite. Offset. Let's see what's in. Don't save. Food soda. Go to the scene. Instead of set to 0, 0. There is half an option to reset it. Let's look like so. Zero. So Here the sprites, I'm gonna set this to 0, 0. So it's no center, but the thing is that then when we scale it, or even if we have a center. Oh wait, if we have a center, it's way better. Okay, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have a sensor, keep the offset, and set the position to 860 hertz. Always scale it, yeah. Without, let's create a position, a key for the scale, and a key for the visibility. It's gonna be modulate. So the one is gonna be 1.5. The key here is gonna be 0. That's the key. All right. Okay, perfect. Yes, what we have. Maybe we need to smooth the animation, but I'm not sure. To the board. Sports. Having an array of brackets. Right. Open empty array. Then here we can set it. Bore. Bore. Let's see. What is the food? Okay, yeah. So it's gonna be now have a size of 2. And let's place here the soda. And so we don't have the scenes with the food. We just need to see it. So we just need to call a function. Get a function name, generate food. Name generate. We're going to something. Any food you want to instantiate. There was a formula that I did for that. Was it? Let's go to the scripts, food, or okay. How many foods? Same foods. Food count. It's gonna be between 1 and 5. What amounts? Food count. Food amount. I already have it here. Food amount. So we do something very similar to this one. So we'll say variable. You create a new variable name count equals to a random integer. It's gonna be generated for food amount that the minimum to food amount that the maximum. Then we'll look I min count. What we are going to do is to just pick a random position from the empty for the dictionary of empty positions. So var position equals to var positions empty. That is that pick a random. Now say utils that instance on parents on self scn foods that pick a random at position, and then we'll set of the dictionary of position, we'll set what positions pos, so we'll get in the current position, the current random empty position, and just say that we have a food here. And save it and run the scene, and we should have food. And we don't have food because we are not calling the function. So Say here generates put from the projects. We have it 1, 2, 3. Run it again. We have 2 again. A few more. Let's have parent. Okay, so yep, up. That's pretty good. It's doing pretty good. Okay, we have the food. The next thing is gonna be the enemies. But I think that we'll leave it like that for now because I have already been streaming for 1 hour and 30 minutes, 1 hour and a half. Well, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you really like this video. I'm gonna keep doing these streams just to show you guys the process and so that you know that the channel is alive. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one. See ya.